NBA. We're not doing NBA tonight, so good night. You know what I mean? Honestly, you feel me? But yeah, man. What's good, YouTube? Man, it's your boy Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy for you, dub like VZ. But make sure I follow my Instagram and Twitch, man, in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. That's one thing about me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to do one type of content. You know what I mean? So if you're an NBA fan, if you're an NFL fan, if you think I'm just going to react to NBA and NFL, you know what I mean? You're highly mistaken. That's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But 3 disturbing, true, scary stories. And like I said, bro, I got 3 more in the vault. You know what I mean? It's going to be a 3-hour live stream, so everybody get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know, hey, man. Hey, chat, man, I know I freaking took a long time off of scary videos, but, hey, man, my team been doing well, man. A lot been going on. The freaking Luka Doncic trade, you know what I'm saying? That kind of just shocked me because, you know, I've been a Lakers fan since freaking a baby, bro. So with that happen with my team, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I just kind of been stuck on the NBA I've been kind of stuck on the NBA, bro, for a minute, just seeing what the freak going on, you know what I'm saying? Nigga said, can you turn the lights off? Nigga, how the freak you gonna see me, nigga? What the freak? Let me turn the light. Look, like, what the freak? What you mean turn off the freaking lights, you jackass? You know what I mean? How about you turn off your lights, you little stupid jackass boy? Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I said, for me, bro, I'm not no scary dude, honestly. You gonna get scared. Look, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. All that, bro, like, nigga behind me, bro, I live that. Like, I gotta understand, I live, like, being in a haunted apartment, bro. I live that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, ever since I've been little, bro, I've been watching scary movies, bro. So that junk don't scare me, bro. You know what I mean? I can dead for it. I'm immune to this, bro. You be scared, not me, gang. Can't scare me, bro. You can't. I'm like, bro, like, I watch movies in the dark by myself.
A few months ago. I've been driving for Lyft for a few years now.
Nigga driving Lyft
to late night shifts.
I mean, look, it's no problem with Lyft. For me personally, heck no, I ain't driving on Lyft. Cause I just don't trust people like that to drive no Lyft. I ain't gonna cap. So
the tips are better, but there is a trade-off. Every once in a while, you get a story that sticks with you, and not in a good way. I'd always thought of myself as careful. I've dealt with my fair share of odd passengers, but nothing, and I mean nothing, even came close to being as strange as what I'm about to tell you. I didn't have a dash cam at the time, and that night was the main reason I installed one. It started off normal enough, just me and the odd sounds my car would occasionally make. I've got this beat up 2005 Volvo that's reliable as hell.
Straight up.
The streets were quite literally deserted, which, like I said earlier, I preferred. Sometime after 2 p.m., I got a request from a convenience store nearby. Seemed harmless at first, but for some reason, I got this weird feeling in my gut about it. You ever get that feeling like something's off, but you can't explain why?
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's exactly what hit me as I drove up. Before I even saw the guy, I figured out why I was getting that gut feeling. The convenience store I was pulling up to was closed. All the lights were off, and there was not a single car in the lot.
All right, then, let's go and scare off the lot, then, all right? You know what I'm saying? Red flag right there. Let's go, let's get it. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, hey, bro, the money that important for you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Money that important, gang? Is that important? Think I'm finna pick a nigga up right here at the convenience store? You know what I'm saying? No cars in the parking lot. The convenience store is closed. Why the heck is we picking this nigga up at the convenience store? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, look, if you got a gut feeling, right? If you have a gut feeling, go with that gut feeling. If you're tripping, you need to be tripping. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. If I'm tripping then, bro. I haven't been feeling like this all day now. When I pick up this nigga, now that's a gut feeling. That's God talking to you. Like, yep. See, God speak to us in many ways. God speak to us in our minds. Sometimes you think it's your voice talking to you, but it's God talking to you. You know what I mean? That gut feeling right there. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong, that means something wrong. Get the freak up out of there.
As I pulled closer, I saw him. I made sure to drive pretty slowly so I could get a good look at him. He was pacing outside the store, wearing this ratty hoodie that looked like it hadn't seen a washing machine in years. I'm not kidding about that. There was literally a hole in the sleeve. His movements were jerky, like he couldn't stand still, and he kept glancing over his shoulder like he thought someone was after him. If I had to guess, he was on something.
Pick that nigga up.
Probably should have just canceled the ride and driven away. I even hovered my finger over the cancel button, but I didn't for whatever reason. I unlocked the doors, and he slid into the back seat without a word. I regretted my decision the moment I took my foot off the brake. Most people either scroll on their phones or stare out the window, but not him. He just sat there, staring at me through the rearview mirror, not blinking, not looking away, just staring directly at me. I tried not to stare back, but I couldn't help but catch his eye a couple of times. He looks kind of angry, which was also pretty unsettling. I tried to ignore him and turned on the radio to break the silence. I don't even remember which station I clicked on, but the moment the music started playing, he snapped at me to turn it off.
You ain't finna turn nothing off, nigga. What the freak wrong with you, boy? You know what I'm saying? Finna turn nothing off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God, boy. And I tote knock. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna turn nothing off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I dead him right down the middle of the woods, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna turn nothing off. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, though, man, like I said, for me, man, Lyft, man, I ain't gonna cap. Hey, look, don't do no Lyft, man. I feel like that's the most dangerous job you could do. Lyft and Uber. You don't know who the freak you picking up, man. You know what I mean? So don't do no Lyft and no Uber. I'm gonna keep it real. Don't do that for a living. Don't do that at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real, man. Go to the warehouse job. I'd rather work at Burger King than doing Lyft. I work at Burger King. I work at McDonald's before I do Lyft. You know what I'm saying? My pops used to do Lyft, bro. Like, bro, I don't know how you do it, bro. I can't trust nobody, bro. I ain't gonna cap. My trust messed up, bro. I'm paranoid. I always think a nigga trying to kill me. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Whole time, nigga, I'm driving, I'm looking at you just like this. I can't even pay attention to the road, nigga. Like, I don't know this nigga. Know who the freak this nigga is? Have a random nigga in your car. Man, heck nah, boy. Know who the freak? I don't know where this nigga taking me. I don't know who this nigga probably got charged. Man, heck nah,
voice was deep and a little raspy, and I could tell he was a smoker right away. That kind of caught me off guard, and I jerked the steering wheel a little bit. I resisted the urge to look at him in the mirror and just did as he said, gripping the wheel a little tighter. I didn't say anything.
Like a jackass.
I drove in silence for a while. I thought maybe he'd just sit there quietly until we got to his stop. That's what I was hoping for, at least. But then he spoke. I remember the conversation like it was yesterday. He asked me if I ever picked up someone I shouldn't have. That question hit me like a brick. I let out this awkward laugh and said, well, I hope not. I was trying to keep it light, but he didn't react. He just leaned back and muttered something to himself that I couldn't hear. And he started going on about how he used to be an Uber driver and he quit because some punk stole some stuff from his car. He was slurring his words a bit, so I couldn't make out everything he said, but I got the gist of the story for the most part. I looked in the mirror once or twice while he was telling me the story, and I realized he was smiling the whole time, which was incredibly unsettling. A normal person wouldn't smile talking about something like that. He concluded his story by saying, it's funny how much trust you put in someone sitting right behind you.
Man, heck no, man. Get this nigga out my... Bro, you still driving? What you still driving for, bro? God, man, get this nigga out your car, dog. My God, leave, bro. Can't stand freaking like, bro. These niggas be pissing me freak off, bro. You know these freaking stories and jump, man. Nigga, get this nigga out the freak car, man. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, leave, bro. You gonna keep driving, bro? You gonna keep my... Yeah, man, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? People doing that, you know? It's kind of crazy. Like, what? You gonna still keep driving? You gonna stop? Get the freak out my car? You know what I'm saying, man? God, leave, bro. You nigga be wanting to die, boy. Y'all nigga be stupid, bro. Jackass, I can't stand you, nigga.
That comment was what did it for me. I started thinking about him as more of a threat than just a crazy drug addict. Unfortunately, there wasn't much I could do about it.
What you mean you can't do it, man? Get the nigga out your car, bro. What the freak wrong with you, little old nigga? You old, bro. You know what I'm saying? You scary, bro. I can't mess with no scary nigga, boy. There ain't much I can do about it, nigga. In your car, you tell me you can't do nothing about it, nigga. Get the freak out my freaking car, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Man, get the freak out my car. You know what I'm saying? Get out my freaking car if I bust your head open. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that, nigga. Put that thing right in your face like that. Get the freak out my car if I bust your head wide open, little boy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing with you, nigga. I'm finna play with you. I'm gonna bust heads open. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I love my life, bro. I'm telling you on my mother. I swear to God on my mother. You know what I mean? I be saying this, bro. I be dead to freak serious. On my mother, I promise to God, bro, if you ever try to kill my mother, I would kill you, bro. I swear I would. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to, like, I'm dead for I'm one of them niggas that gonna pull that thing, bro. I'm gonna pull it, bro. I ain't got my gun for sure. I got the gun to protect me, bro. I ain't out here sliding no niggas. I ain't out here doing none of that. But, bro, if you try to take my life, bro, I'm gonna sleep real good. I ain't even finna ask questions. I ain't finna feel guilty enough, bro. You try to take my life, bro, I swear I'm gonna kill you, bro. No questions asked, bro. I swear I'm gonna pull it. Just pop, 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 pop. I swear, I'm telling you, bro. I'm dead for real. I'm not lying, bro. I'm dead for real with you niggas, bro. So, nigga, right here, I'm pulling over, nigga, like, get out the car, bro. Straight up, get out the car, cuz. Man, get out the car. I'm gonna drag, man, get out the car, bro. Drag you out the car. You come on, come on, fucking hell.
My pulse speed up. I kept my eyes on the road, but my mind was spinning.
Hill driving, bro.
Glanced at the GPS, focusing on the destination like it was some kind of lifeline. But the guy did not know when to stop talking. He kept babbling about nonsense, some of it concerning and some of it just gibberish.
Nigga still driving.
I honestly couldn't keep up. Eventually, he started apologizing to someone, although I don't think it was me. He began insinuating that he had just done something awful.
Nigga
and that he
killed
was
the
a
nigga.
bad person. He kept saying, I didn't mean it, repeatedly, followed by a few frantic, I'm sorries. I didn't respond, worried that he'd do something if I did. I didn't know what he'd done or what he was capable of, but I wasn't about to find out. We were only a few minutes from his stop when he snapped out of his muttering haze and yelled at me that I had missed the turn. I didn't miss it. The GPS clearly showed we were on track, but I slammed on the brakes anyway, mostly out of fear. He demanded that I pull over, so that's what I did. My hands were shaking at that point. I just wanted the nightmare to be over. As soon as I shifted into park, headlights appeared behind us. It was a police car. I said a silent prayer and watched as it crept down the road, its spotlight briefly sweeping over my car. The guy in my back seat slouched down like he was trying to stay out of sight. I turned my head and saw him lying almost perfectly flat on my back seat with his eyes closed. I whipped my head back around before he saw me, trying to keep my breathing steady. He stayed in that position for a really uncomfortable amount of time. I wanted to ask him to leave, but decided against it. Eventually, he lifted his head and told me I had gotten lucky. Before I had a chance to do anything, he opened my car door and disappeared. I ended up calling my shift short after that. I was shaken up and didn't feel like driving around anymore. It wasn't until a few weeks later that I came across something on my phone that proved how dangerous of a situation I had been in. According to a news article, a convenience store had been robbed on the night I picked up that passenger.
Dang.
It was 2 blocks from where I had picked that guy up. It makes me sick knowing I was inches away from a dangerous criminal who could have harmed me if he had chosen to. I'm a little scared to contact the police about this. I try to avoid law enforcement for various personal reasons I won't get into. I'm not really sure if my report would even help. Either way,
Nigga felon or something? You got a warrant or something?
My car.
Nigga said, I try to avoid law enforcement for personal reasons. That nigga got felon, that nigga got warrants.
I used to live in the city. The urban lifestyle is honestly what I always envisioned for myself.
Hey, man.
Into it, but after an extremely
See, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, these type of city. I'm not this type of guy right here. See, I ain't no city boy. You feel me, y'all? I ain't no city boy. I can't do this, man. All this claustrophobic. Like, when it comes to Atlanta, bro. See, I don't live in Atlanta. I live in the outskirts of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm a country dude, bro. I ain't from Alabama, bro. We ain't got all this, bro. All this jam traffic and all this, bro. We got 2 lanes. That's it. 2 lanes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We got all these 4 lanes and all this. Man, bro, I don't go downtown Atlanta, bro. You know what I mean? Unless I probably take a girl down for a date. But, man, downtown Atlanta, bro, I don't mess with that game. I never in my life moved. Bro, I probably, my whole time living in Georgia, bro, I probably been to Atlanta, bro. Probably like, bro, nigga, shoot, nigga, probably like 5 times, nigga. Straight up. I probably been to downtown Atlanta like 5 times, bro. 5 or 6 times, bro. I don't go downtown, bro. I don't like all that city life, bro. Ain't no city nigga, bro.
Traumatic experience. I couldn't bear even
like all this little right here.
I began to hate noise in general. My psychiatrist told me I had developed
man, that traffic, bro, is crazy in downtown Atlanta, bro. Man, you go downtown Atlanta, man, like at 5 o'clock p.m. you want to, man. You finna be stuck in that traffic till like 6, man, 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Especially when I had to go to court, man, I was making sure to get the freak out of downtown before 5.
Rare case of phonophobia. So that pins and needles feeling you get when your foot falls asleep.
Bro, what type of shoes you got on, cuz?
Phonophobia.
Freak the man.
Pins and needles feeling you get when your foot
I ain't
falls
never
asleep.
seen them
It's
shoes
kind
in
of like
my
that
life.
in my chest. Always there. Like my body was bracing for something that wasn't coming. Every car door or slamming door felt like a jolt straight to my nerves. I couldn't keep living like that. About 3 years ago, I found a cabin buried deep in the Pacific Northwest. I don't want to say exactly where it was for a reason you'll soon understand, but all I'll say is that it was somewhere in Oregon. It seemed perfect. Very few neighbors, no traffic, barely any cell service. What really sold me on it, though, was the lack of noise. It was just...
But you look at any reviews, though? Do you look at any reviews? I'm pretty sure that cabin had reviews. You look at any reviews or anything? Because the thing, when I order Airbnb or whatever, I look at reviews. So you got to look at reviews, bro. Did you look at reviews? I bet you ain't looking at no reviews. And they say, oh, this is a nice cabin, so this would be a very good getaway spot.
Me and the peace and quiet. For the first time in months, I thought I might actually feel safe. The cabin itself was small but cozy. To be fair, it was exactly what the listing had promised. You could tell it had been built to last, with thick wooden beams and a sturdy stone fireplace. It smelled like pine and old books when I first walked in. You know, that kind of earthy scent that's almost comforting. Think like one of those old cabin-style bed and breakfasts, for any of you who have gone skiing before. The nearest neighbor lived about a 10-minute walk down a narrow dirt path. I didn't meet her right away, though. For the first few days, I just soaked in the silence. I'd wake up to the sound of birds instead of sirens, and at night, the only thing I heard was the wind brushing through the trees. It was like the whole world had pressed pause, and I could finally breathe again. I did all my work from my laptop, so there really was no need for me to connect with the outside world beyond that. About a week after I moved in, there was a knock at the door.
Hold on.
The cabin obviously had no doorbell, so those knocks were something I'd have to get used to. I opened the door, expecting it to be my neighbor, and it was. It was a moderately old woman carrying a basket of preserves.
Oh no, man, that's something about some old women, man, that come to freak me out, cuz I ain't gonna cap. I mean, them old, especially them old white women, I'm sorry, bro. Old white women, but y'all be getting me, y'all be creepy to me, cuz I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna keep it real with you, but old white women, bro, where y'all be looking, bro, y'all be creeping me out, cuz. I'm saying, I'm sorry, bro. Keeping it real with you, I'll be like, bro, you creep me the freak out, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, bro, but y'all just give me the creeps, bro.
She just stepped out of a Hallmark movie. She introduced herself as Michelle.
Michelle.
And told me she lived about 10 minutes down the trail, which didn't sound far at all until you factored in how dense the woods were.
How the freak you knew I was?
You could get turned around in there just looking for firewood. She was in her late 60s with oddly long gray hair and these piercing blue eyes that made you feel like she could see right through you. She wasn't rude exactly, more like blunt. She welcomed me to the woods and extended the basket toward me like she was expecting me to take it. I didn't really have much of a choice. She was practically shoving it in my face. I know it sounds hospitable, but her vibe seemed a little off, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I grabbed it impulsively.
So how the freak you knew I was here? Like, I mean, okay, you know, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Never ever underestimate nobody. You know what I mean? But you shoving them baskets in a nigga face, you know what I'm saying, and all that, you feel me? I'll just take it slow with this one.
I've never been treated that way by a neighbor before. It wasn't anything crazy, but it wasn't something I was used to. I thanked her as I took the basket, and she looked at me like she was expecting me to say something else.
Yeah, let's talk.
I honestly didn't know what else to say. So I just smiled. She kept staring at me awkwardly, which confirmed my suspicion that this woman didn't interact with a lot of people. Eventually, she spoke. She said, and these were her exact words, which I'll never forget, "Always keep your lanterns full, your windows shut tight, and your wits sharper than your axe." It wasn't something a normal person would say to someone else.
Yeah, you just say to me?
She was reciting from a rule book. It honestly sounded more like a warning than advice.
Yeah, warning? Like, you talking about keep my windows shut, keep my what? What you mean keep my windows shut? What you trying to do something? You trying to do something? What you mean keep my windows shut and my axe sharpened? Freak, bro, what you just say? What you just say, you old hoe? You know what I'm saying? I would have said, F your basket, man. You probably trying to poison the nigga and all that, man. F that basket. I mean, one thing about me, bro, I ain't eating nothing. I ain't see, bro. I ain't no head, no, bro. Where's that basket, cuz? Hey, man, you go and take the basket back. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, nice to meet you. You say your name was Michelle, right? Michelle? Nice to meet you, Michelle.
I nodded.
Take the basket with you, Michelle.
It honestly sounded more like a warning than advice. I nodded, smiled, and turned to go back inside. After shutting the door, I stood there in silence, waiting to hear her footsteps walk away.
She still there?
She didn't walk away for a good 45 seconds, which was probably the strangest part about the whole interaction. Despite the weird vibe, I did appreciate her kindness. She seemed reclusive, but not unfriendly. The kind of person who'd help you if you asked, but wouldn't go out of her way to pry. I told myself it was nice to know someone was close by, even if I didn't plan on needing her.
That.
I didn't even bother looking in the basket. I just set it down in the living room and
you got no windows, gang? Oh.
There was a thunderstorm that night, which is extremely rare for Oregon, but
crap.
it does happen. I lit a few candles and curled up on the couch with a book, trying to ignore the fact that the power was flickering every few minutes. Some of you might find that kind of isolation scary, but I actually loved it. For some reason, my brain wasn't freaked out by the natural sounds of the thunderstorm.
You got no windows, bro? This nigga ain't got no windows? I'm not staying nowhere with no window. I need windows, gang. Nigga, you ain't got no windows, bro? Oh, heck no.
Perfect storm, which gave me that realization. I listened intently to everything outside, and it was, dare I say, soothing. But of course, that peaceful feeling didn't last. A few hours after the storm started, there was a knock at the door that nearly made me jump out of my skin.
What the dang, Shawty, she knocking real hard, Shawty. And then you doing this in the middle of the rain? In the middle of the storm? What the freak you doing, Michelle? That's Michelle, okay? Freak you down my door in the middle of the night, bro, with a storm, and cuz she knocking real hard too. What the freak wrong with you, Michelle, gang?
There was a knock at the door that nearly made me jump out of my skin.
Yeah, no.
I say knock, but it was really more of a banging. It was loud and definitely not natural. Like whoever it was didn't care that it was pouring outside. My heart started pounding, and I began to feel that god-awful tingly sensation in my chest. After hesitating for a few seconds, I grabbed a flashlight and got up to check who it was.
Chill.
I looked through the little glass window pane next to the door. It was Michelle, soaked to the bone and clutching a flashlight. I opened the door.
She gonna lie, bro. You gonna talk about her power out, cuz.
Michelle, soaked to the bone and clutching a flashlight.
Chill.
I opened the door, and she spoke before I even had a chance to greet her. She blurted out that she saw someone near my woodpile and that I should know about it. I was beyond confused, but her words were incredibly concerning, and that took precedence. I stepped out onto the porch, shining my flashlight into the rain.
What you looking over here for, man? Hey, man, hey, bro. I mean, it's something with that good woman, Michelle, dog. What the freak you even looking over here for? You spying on a nigga? Ain't like, dang, you paying attention to a nigga like that, cuz? Man, it's something with Michelle.
But I couldn't see anything but trees. I asked her if she was sure, and she nodded. Her eyes kept darting to the woods like she was expecting someone to emerge from it any second. The whole thing was pretty freaky. I kept looking around, but there wasn't much I could make out between the darkness and the chaos of the storm. Before I could say anything else, she told me to be careful and began walking away without waiting for a response. I watched her head back down the path toward her cabin, clearly unfazed by the pouring rain. I stood there until the glow of the flashlight disappeared out of sight, and then I went back inside. The literal second I shut the door, I realized her story was riddled with holes. How could she have seen someone near my woodpile if her house was 10 minutes away?
Freak.
She must have been on my property to begin with.
That's what I'm saying.
Why the hell would she be snooping around my cabin during a thunderstorm?
Weirdo.
Was she lying? It didn't sit right with me, but marching over to her house in the middle of a thunderstorm was the last thing I was going to do. Still, I had to do something.
What?
I locked up the cabin as securely as I could and sat in my room, listening. The storm started to die down after a while, but I still felt pretty uneasy. A few more hours passed without incident, so I decided that it was probably safe to go to sleep. I can't remember exactly what time it was, but sometime after midnight, I woke up to the sound of a branch snapping just outside my bedroom window. I'm a really light sleeper, so I was 100% positive it was a branch snapping and not something else.
Bro, don't go outside, bro.
I froze in place for a few tense seconds, listening. Eventually, I crept to the window, half hoping I wouldn't see anything. At first, I didn't, but then I spotted her. Michelle. She was standing at the edge of the woods, her body angled away from my house. I could tell it was her because her hair was so long and disheveled. I strained to make out more, but being as there was only moonlight to help me see, it was no use. I saw her beginning to turn around, so I ducked beneath the window before she could catch me looking at her. I stayed crouched there for what felt like forever. When I finally mustered the courage to peek again, she was gone. I genuinely didn't know what to do. I hadn't exactly pegged her as dangerous, just weird. But at that point, I was having second thoughts. It didn't make sense. Why would she try and warn me earlier if she was the one poking around?
She lied,
I
nigga.
sleep for hours. I was pretty dead set on just staying up until sunrise. A few hours passed, and I was starting to get tired. As I finally began letting my guard down, there was a knock at the door.
Oh, man, if you open this door again, man, I know something, bro. Keep it real with you, gang. Golly, bro. If you open this door, bro, well, bro, it's gonna be a problem, bro. Know what I'm saying? You know who the freak that is, bro. The woman lying, bro. Ain't nobody in your yard, bro. Know what I mean? You seen what she doing creeping around. She not your neighbor, bro. This is a crazy little woman that's out here just running around the woods, bro. You know what I'm saying? Looking for people to kill. You know what I mean? This ain't your neighbor, bro. This is a crazy woman on lurks, man. And they finna open that door.
It wasn't like the banging from earlier. It was actually kind of quiet.
You finna open that door.
Still, I wasn't going to get up under any circumstances. The pins and needles started up again as I quietly made my way over to the door. I took an inconspicuous glance through the pane and froze in horror. It wasn't Michelle.
What?
It was a burly-looking bald guy with a thick beard. I had to fight every bone in my body not to yell out in fear. The situation instantly went from a 6 to a 10. As quietly as I could, I retreated to my bathroom, locked the door, and called the police. As I was on the phone with them, I started to hear banging on the front door, like someone was repeatedly smashing it with a heavy object. The operator told me help was on the way and instructed me not to hang up.
Nigga finna die.
I sat there more terrified than I'd ever been in my entire life. Eventually, the front door gave way, and I heard it crash open. I genuinely thought I was going to die. That man, whoever he was, started smashing things in my cabin. At least, that's what it sounded like. All I could hear was the sound of glass breaking and wood splintering. I didn't dare make a sound. Luckily, that man didn't seem to look for me, because I never heard his footsteps leave the living room. Eventually, the smashing sound stopped, and I was sitting in complete silence again. I had been fighting off a panic attack the whole time. To my surprise, the police actually arrived pretty quickly, but not soon enough to catch that guy in the act.
Freak out.
He was long gone. I pleaded with the officers to help me out, but they were downright useless. They did a pathetic search of the surrounding property, but that was it. They wouldn't even agree to search the woods, saying that it was too dense and they were unlikely to find him there anyway. I begged them to accompany me to Michelle's house at least, which they agreed to. When we got to her property, my jaw literally dropped. The entire cabin was abandoned. The cops confirmed this and said no one had lived there in decades. I told them they had to search it for squatters, but they told me there was no reason for them to do that. They tried to tell me that there was no clear signs of habitation, so it would be a waste of time. I damn near lost my mind when I heard them say that. I tried to argue, but they more or less told me that living in the woods was a risk I was taking and was not their problem.
Oh, for real?
They left after that, which
Get the freak up out of
infuriated me. I obviously moved out of that cabin, but not before spending one more night there. It was awful, but I made it through without anything happening. Things have been good for me since then, but I still constantly think about this experience. Some of my superstitious friends have theorized that Michelle was actually a spirit that was trying to protect me.
A spirit?
And that she was really just trying to watch over my property for whatever.
So you think Michelle was a spirit? You think she was a spirit? You never know, because, you know, it says in the Bible. I mean, we encounter angels. We probably don't even know it's an angel. I told you, I really feel like this. I honestly feel like this. I feel like it's angels that's in human form that's walking on this earth before us. I feel like it's literally demons in human form that's walking before us. Honestly, I don't feel like, y'all probably think I'm crazy. I don't feel like every human is a human. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like every human is human. Y'all probably like, what the freak do you mean? I'm telling you, bro, y'all gotta look around, man. I told y'all, go outside. Y'all gotta understand. This ain't normal, nigga. You gotta go outside and just look around. Like, look at this. Nigga, the sky is blue, nigga. The clouds. Nigga, birds. The frick am I at right now? You gotta understand this. This ain't normal. We look at us like we're normal. Nigga, we're not normal. Nigga, we dream. Nigga, do you understand you dream? What normal about, bro? Think about it, bro. Nigga, you dream, bro. You know how freaking supernatural that is? Nigga, when you go to freaking sleep, nigga, you dream and you feel like you in that dream. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you feel like you in that dream, bro. Like, bro, you could literally think about something, bro, and it's like it's painted right in front of you. You think about something, bro, it's like it's painted right in front of you, bro. Ain't nothing normal about that, bro. Now I be saying, y'all be looking at us, bro. Y'all be looking at yourself like we're just human. Yeah, what the guy? We just human. Man, it's something different, bro. It's junk different, man. I go outside every day. I look at life for what it is, man. Nigga, I see that big old ocean, man. I see an ocean, man. I'm like, what the? Nigga, I'm living in I don't know what the freak I'm at. And man, y'all better understand me out, bro. We floating in the air, like we're floating, like we're on this little freaking small little ball just floating. You got all these different type of stuff. Do you know how big the galaxy is, bro? You know how big this galaxy is? You really think we the only ones here, bro? Like, I think about it on them other planets, like Venus, like Jupiter, like what's on them other planets? Like, what if it's other humans that lives on them other planets and they have no idea we exist? What's on them other planets? You telling me there's nothing else on them other planets? It's just there? Come on, bro. You gotta think. It's just, you gotta think, bro. I gotta look at that junk, bro. Life get deep, bro. Life get deep. Life get deep.
Reason. I don't believe in the paranormal, so I think it's much more likely that two people, her and that man.
They say you can't live on other planets, nigga. How the freak? How the freak you know that, bro? Have you been to Venus? Have you been to Mars? Have you been to Jupiter? Have you been there? How the freak can you say, nigga, you limited to your knowledge? You're limited. You're limited. You're limited. You don't know what the freak going on other planets. You don't know what the freak going on other than Earth. That's all you know, bro. You don't know nothing else. You don't know nothing, nigga. Our body can stand that heat, nigga. Shut your stupid self up.
And squatting in that abandoned cabin. I just still don't understand why they decided to target me, or why Michelle.
Yeah, like I said, bro, you don't know what the freak. Like I said, my man, you don't know what the freak on the other planets, bro. You don't know what the freak on the other planets, bro. Simple as that, my nigga.
I just still don't understand why they decided to target me, or why Michelle would bother to warn me if she were planning on breaking into my house.
She did warn you. Did warn you, bro. The whole time I was probably like an angel in human form, bro. Like, yeah, like, and then you gotta look at it, bro. Like, you gotta look at the sun. It's like, bro, we got a sun. And the thing is, this one sun is all over the earth. That's how I be looking at it. This one sun is everywhere. How the freak is this one sun everywhere in the earth? How the freak is this possible? Like, it's crazy, man.
My girlfriend Catherine and I met 3 years ago as freshmen in college.
Hey, bro, I don't believe in science. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Science BS. Like, I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. You know, science right about something. I don't believe in that science. I ain't gonna cap to you.
We go to Stanford, which has been my dream school since I was like 8. Neither of us are from California.
I don't believe in science.
Pretty far from it, actually.
I don't believe in science.
We're both from Ohio. Her from Cincinnati, and me just outside Columbus. I think that's a big reason we were so attracted to each other.
Definitely don't believe in science.
I think people from similar areas are naturally drawn to each other for whatever reason. Stanford's not a huge school, but
You go to-
most of the
you go to
student
Stanford?
body is originally from California, so us being from the Midwest definitely differentiates us. One of the traditions we've created is how we split Christmas between our families. Catherine's popular amongst my relatives, so her presence is always appreciated and welcomed. Damn near expected.
Bro, space is, bro. Also, so to be honest, why no other humans went there? Cause niggas be lying. You know what I mean? Word on the street, Neil Armstrong didn't walk the moon, bro. You're not going out of space. There's no such thing as out of space. Nigga, space is the ocean. Niggas not going out of space. Niggas be lying, bro. Niggas ain't going out of space. Niggas ain't going to other planets and freaking going on the moon and all that, man. Niggas be lying. Niggas be cap, bro. You gonna be going out of space. You know, space the ocean, nigga. Know what I mean? Nigga ain't no nigga. What the freak, nigga? Ain't going out no space. He can't go nowhere else, nigga. You can't go nowhere else. Can't go nowhere else. What the freak? You believing in science? You niggas be lying, bro. Look up a video, bro. Nigga said, nigga told Neil Armstrong, put your right hand on the Bible if you walked on the moon. That man will put his hand on that Bible. I don't believe Neil Armstrong walked the moon. And then said, put your right hand on the Bible if you walked on the moon, Neil Armstrong. That man would not put his right hand on that Bible. That man would not put his right hand on that Bible. If you walked on the moon, I put my right hand on the Bible, I walked that moon. Because the Bible, bro, the Bible is very, very, yeah. Put your right hand on that Bible, you walked on the moon. That man will put a hand on that moon, man. You can't escape this. You ain't going no other planets, bro. You're limited. Space is the ocean, bro. That's really what space is. Space ain't no other, man. Space that ocean, man. We don't know what the heck under that ocean. We don't know what the freak. You know how, bro, the ocean, like what, 20-something% discovered? That's space.
Since her house is just a 2-hour drive from mine, we decided early on to spend Christmas
Eve
with my
creatures on that
family, who celebrates Christmas Eve night, and then drive through the night to her house for Christmas Day. Until I met her, I didn't realize that most families celebrate Christmas the day of, not the night before. Oddly enough, my favorite part of the holiday isn't Christmas Eve or Christmas Day though. It's that late night drive. It's become its own little tradition, something we both look forward to.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Christmas just don't hit the same for me no more. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I mean? Christmas cool, but nigga, I ain't been in the spirit in like 3 years, 4 years, nigga. 5 years, nigga. I ain't gonna say 5 years, but nigga, I guess this is me getting older or something. I ain't gonna cap.
Every year.
I ain't really been a Christmas nigga no more.
The first time we did it still remains one of my favorite memories with her. Because of where I live, the quickest route from my house to hers doesn't take us on a major highway.
That boy finna get some
Most of it is
play!
quiet back roads, just fields, trees, and the occasional distant farmhouse. It's always really late at night when we do it, so in combination with the secluded route, we rarely encounter any other cars. It feels like the world is asleep, and we have it all to ourselves. Don't laugh, but we always blast Juice WRLD during the drive. His music has been a shared obsession since we met.
Don't laugh, but we always blast Juice WRLD, bro. Nigga, ain't nothing wrong with that, nigga.
Always blast Juice WRLD during the drive.
Oh, little
His
Juice.
music has been a shared obsession since we met. I know his music is a little cringy, but something about singing the lyrics together is really special.
You sing bad?
It's like we're in sync. This past Christmas Eve started like any other.
I don't listen to the
After a
nigga, but
wholesome night with my entire extended family,
It ain't bad.
we packed up my car around midnight and hit the road. The snow was falling lightly, and the roads were deserted as expected. With the music and heat cranked up, everything felt perfect. That all changed in an instant though. What I'm about to describe to you is still one of the most unsettling things I've ever experienced. Probably the most unsettling thing. I was driving along when the music was interrupted by my phone ringing. I glanced down, a little irritated that I'd be getting a call this late. It was an unknown number. I ignored it without thinking. Probably a scam call. Those things are constant these days.
no bad.
Catherine made a joke about how committed those call center guys must be making calls on Christmas. I laughed in agreement, and that was that. But then, a few minutes later, my phone rang a second time. I again looked down and saw that it was another unknown number, probably the same one as before. I sighed, irritated, but let it go to voicemail. Catherine glanced at me and raised her eyebrow.
D&D?
Didn't say anything. I tilted my phone towards her to show her that it was an unknown number.
She probably thought it was, look at her. She probably thought it was on some, who calling you? You know what I'm saying? You know how they get the who calling you. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them, man. It's just a little, you know what I mean? But put it on D&D. What you want somebody, you want her to feel like somebody calling you or something? That's how I feel. You know what I mean? Put it on D&D. You know what I'm saying? You let it ring again, or what you want her to feel like you got some different type of female or something? Look at him. He want her to feel that way, do you? Look at him.
She said, "That's so weird," with a confused look. I didn't respond. Instead, just shrugged my shoulders. The music eventually resumed, and I tried to take my mind off the phone calls. But of course, not 2 minutes later, my phone rang again. I was pissed at that point, cursing under my breath as I fumbled wildly for my phone.
What you got, bro? Hey, bro, you gonna put your phone D&D, bro? Or block the number, nigga? Put your phone on D&D, gang.
I snatched it from the console and swiped aggressively across the screen, ready to tell whoever it was to screw off for spamming my phone. I could tell I startled Catherine, as her body tensed up with my sudden movements. In hindsight, I probably overreacted, but I was sick of being harassed. I basically barked hello into the phone with as sharp a tone as I could muster. I expected the scam script to begin, but I was instead met with silence. I turned up the volume in my car and immediately picked up on a faint static coming from the other side of the line. I was about to hang up when a man's voice spoke. The voice didn't belong to anyone I knew. "Hello, Luke." I was so caught off guard, I nearly...
Nigga just said my name? The nigga just said your name. Hello, Luke. What the freak, boy? The nigga knew your freaking name. The freak, nigga?
...belonged to anyone I knew. "Hello, Luke." I was so caught off guard, I nearly swerved off the road. I couldn't speak. I felt my whole body starting to itch, which always happens to me when I'm nervous. Before I could respond, the man continued. He started reciting personal information, my full name, my address, details about my life that no stranger should know.
What the freak?
Details that no stranger could know. My mind was racing, trying to make sense of it. I wanted to pull over on the side of the road, but I kept driving like I was in some kind of trance. I considered shouting at him, but decided that anger wasn't the best resource in a situation like this. After he paused for a few tense moments, I finally spoke. I asked him what he wanted in a steady voice, trying to hide the fear I was feeling. The voice paused before delivering the words that made my blood run cold. He said that he wasn't here for me, that he was here for Catherine. Hearing my girlfriend...
I would have said, what? You here for who? Catherine? Shawty, who the freak you involved with? You ain't here for me, you here for Catherine. I would look at it like this. Freak Catherine? What the freak is you into? You know what I'm saying? I would have been thinking all type of stuff about this girl. Man, get the heck out of my car, man. What the freak you into, man? I'm here for Catherine. Feel me?
He said that he wasn't here for me, that he was here for Catherine. Hearing my girlfriend's name was about 100 times more terrifying than hearing my own, and the horrified expression on her face told me that she was just as shocked as I was. I blurted out that I didn't know a Catherine, that he must have the wrong number. The man chuckled before saying, "She's sitting right next to you."
Man, oh heck no, boy. What the freak type of nigga this is? She's sitting right next to you. What the freak?
I blurted out that I didn't know a Catherine.
What the heck, nigga?
He must have the wrong number. The man chuckled before saying, "She's sitting right next to you." That was too much for me. I pulled over on the side of the road. I had no choice. My hands were literally shaking in fear. I was about to say something when Catherine reached into my lap in one fluid movement and hung up the phone. Just like that, I literally screamed in her face, demanding to know why she hung up on a stranger that was making personal threats towards us. She didn't answer, just looked at me with wide, fearful eyes. I desperately tried to call the number back, once, twice, 3 times, but it never went through. Catherine told me to keep driving, which I ultimately did, but not before questioning her. She told me she was scared and that I couldn't blame her for hanging up, which I guess was fair. I drove off in silence, but I still couldn't understand why she'd hang up the phone. I don't know whether I was more furious or afraid. Part of me was expecting that number to call back, but after about 10 minutes, I felt like it was increasingly unlikely. At one point, I looked over at Catherine and saw tears in her eyes. She told me she didn't feel safe, which I empathized with. Something in the pit of my stomach gnawed at me, though. Catherine and I had been through enough in our relationship to know that trust didn't always come easily. There had been little things, white lies, half-truths, moments where I caught her being less than honest.
Man, a freak, nigga. A freak you still with that girl for, bro. I call her being less than honest. Shoot, you gotta get rid of Shawty. Like she crying like she just know something finna happen or something. Freak, nigga. Know what I'm saying? One thing, I ain't finna be with no girl I can't trust. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't gonna lie, I catch a girl lying one time. I'm out, bro. I ain't finna keep my patience thin, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Look at the females, my patience real thin, bro. It just take one time for you to be friendly. Like, one thing about me, bro, I'll test the girl, bro. You know what I mean? I'll sit back and just watch her. She don't even know I watch. I'll just sit back and watch her, see how she move. Oh God, I'm just gonna watch it the whole time. I'm very impatient. I don't. With females, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. You on a thin line with me. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. It take one thing. It take one thing, bro, to turn me off, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. It take one thing, bro. And once I'm turned off, bro. I don't like it no more. You feel me? Just keeping it real with you, bro.
Through enough in our relationship to know that trust didn't always come easily.
All that acting weird, all that lying and all that, shut ain't with that.
Little things, white lies, half-truths, moments where I caught her being less than honest. I knew I was being paranoid, though. How could she possibly have done anything to do with this? The rest of the drive was silent. I didn't play the music again, and neither of us spoke. My mind was still spinning with a million unanswered questions. Who the hell was that guy? How did he know so much about me? Only my family knew where we were driving that night, and they'd never pull a stunt like this. I was 100% sure of it. I couldn't think of another explanation, though. Even when we finally pulled into Catherine's driveway, I didn't feel much better. It's been almost a month since this happened, and I have yet to get my answers. Neither of our family members were responsible. We asked all of them. Catherine swears she's just as clueless as I am, which leads me to believe the person on the other end of the phone call had sinister intentions. You might think I'm overreacting to a harmless prank, but I'm telling you, other than our family members, there are no people on Earth who knew Catherine and I would be driving that night. I've been really tense ever since.
The only person that knows y'all driving is Catherine. He said, I don't want you, I want Catherine. Why the freak he want Catherine for? You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna lie, I gotta get the freak away from Catherine. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I gotta get the freak away from Catherine. You know what I mean? You gotta look at Catherine, man, like, hey, man. Because not too many people know. Nobody know nothing about me either. So nigga call me and talk about, I'm looking at nigga sideways. I'm like, hold on. I'm looking at everybody sideways because nobody really know what I live at. Nobody really know, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody know nothing about me for real. Only these niggas and, you know what I mean? Yeah, what's going on around here? You feel me? Straight up. You feel me? But heck no, man. Nigga don't play with that, though. But we got another scary video, man.